I've got Martha, a colleague that is also from the Franchise Association, and Rosie. We've got all our speakers. Kurt from Sinorama. We've got Nicola from Franchise Directions, and then Henk from FASA. Henk would like to come and say a few words as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for attending, and I'm going to be brief. I'm not going to take the limelight from Nicole that's going to share some presentations, some facts and industry information, and what you all hear about to find out more about franchise, what's good, what's not good, what's pitfalls, what to look for, how do you choose a franchise, etc., etc. Basically, with us being part of the whole roadshow as a sponsor, it's just an opportunity for us to also introduce ABSA Franchise. I'm part of the ABSA Franchise team. We sit in Joburg, but in each region we've got representation. In Central, we had a franchise specialist which unfortunately left for New Zealand, and I asked Harvey, my colleague sitting there, he's based in Bloemfontein. At the moment, he looks after all our new acquisition business. So if you want to buy a franchise, if you want to set up a franchise, if you're open to the franchise or you need finance, he's the guy to talk to. If there's any support or anything required, he will then contact us and get us involved. Just basically something very regarding absolutely the corporate, and I'm also not going to create jobs within a corporate. So corporate's got other challenges, expenses, etc., that they need to manage. With staff, unfortunately, one of those costs as well. So you sitting in front of us, franchise, SMEs, that's where the growth in the economy as well as job creation is going to come from. So from attending, I would want to welcome you all and say thank you very much for making the time and taking that first step of becoming your own boss. Thank you, sure.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Am I allowed to speak English or Sesotho, or what language do you prefer?
French.
I'll go with Chinese then. Okay, I'm Grace Tu from the Department of Economic Development, Small Business, Tourism and Environmental Affairs in Free State. I'm just here to welcome you people, our SMME, our beautiful and intelligent SMMEs from the Free State. We are saying thank you very much for responding to our calls when we were inviting you to come and attend the franchise. You know, as the Department of Economic Development, we love to develop SMMEs and support them, especially capacitating them with information, because we understand that information changes each and every time. Therefore, we want you to always be up to date with the new innovations or informations, or maybe possibilities of you growing, becoming something. That is why today we are not talking about small businesses, but we are talking about franchising. Do you understand? So thank you very much.
Hi everyone. I'm Martha, Sales Manager at Franchise Association of South Africa. Okay, I'm just going to give you a little bit about the show that Shirin just mentioned. It used to be called International Franchise Expo and only hosted in Johannesburg. But we do receive people from different provinces to come and attend this show. Okay, fine. Now we changed the venue and we changed the name. It's now called Franchise Business Festival. Now, why is it a festival? We're allowing all the franchising brands to come and showcase us what they are all about. If you are a KFC, how do you make that chicken? If you are a CS, how do you make that burger? Live for the audience to come and see how you're doing it. And we're going to have live performances. It's up to you to come and see which brand is there for you to choose from. And fortunately and lucky enough, OK Franchise Division has sponsored a 200,000 for any lucky visitor to get that money towards buying any franchise of their choice. So since you took your time off your work schedule to come here, I'm inviting you for free. The entrance fee is 100 rand and online it's 150. But you can come for free since you took your time to come here. To drive to Johannesburg, see what is this all about, and see which business will be suitable for you.
Morning, everybody. As Shirin said, thank you very much for introducing me, and thank you to FASA, the Franchise Association, and for ABSA for inviting Franchise Directions to come and talk to you today. Franchise Directions is a specialized franchise consultancy, so we do development franchising, for anybody who is in the space of owner-operator franchising, and we do training as well in the franchise space, financial management training, general training. So we have a vast experience with owner-operators, with licenses, with franchising. And they asked me today just to chat a little bit about how to evaluate a franchise opportunity. In other words, if you're thinking about going into the franchise space, what do you look at, what do you need to know? So before we do that, can I get an idea? How many, just put up your hand. I'm not going to ask you any questions or put you on the spot, but let's get a feel.
Model, they know the business cycle they go through. So when we finance a Sinorama, we will know if working capital is required, what's the debt period in the business, etc., etc. But the franchisor also gets guided on what is the debt level this business can absorb. To make provision for margin of safety, whatever happens. Before the load shedding we started getting a few years ago, load shedding wasn't part of anybody's plan. You won't know that the council decides that there's going to be a robot put up here, and that robot construction is going to cause the mothers that normally brings the kid for their milkshake to your store is not going to come to your store anymore because the construction is preventing them. They're just going to go to a store a little later. So that's one of many economical factors that's going to influence on your business. And you can trade through it if the margin is big enough, where you can take a drop in turnover and you can maybe make a little bit of less profit that month, but through the cycle you'll still survive and carry on. But if that margin is too small, the chances are very likely that you're going to run into a cash flow problem where you're going to start not being able to pay some of your debtors. And if that then carries on, you're going to be dead in the water.
So that maybe I may lose all the contribution, 100% of my contribution to what I'm going to buy. Let's say from KFC. And on the research, what is FASA going to do to make sure that whatever they are going to do, you'll be able to return to them afterwards.
Okay. When we assess an application, okay, what we not doing.
So what he's asking here, just for those of you who couldn't hear on that side, he's just asking how does FASA assist to make sure that when they've loaned you money, they're doing it really ethically and with an understanding that you'll be able to, as far as possible, because there's no guarantees here, but there's more guarantees than there are in an independent business. But what is FASA going to do to make sure that you are going to be helped to be able to repay that loan?
Now, the franchise, I had a friend who's got a franchise. Now, he made his own analysis of the place where he wants that franchise to be.
Yes, the location.
Yeah, the location. But the franchise said no to the guy who said no. That's not the right place for the franchise to run. Won't make money from that place. But this guy has already made his own analysis to say this is the right place where I want this franchise to be. Is that the way it should be?
Look, ultimately the franchisor, it's the franchisor's business decision. The franchisor is granting the franchisee the license to run and operate that business. So the franchisor is the big brother. The franchisor is going to have the final say in the location, because as much as you as franchisee are choosing the franchisor is choosing you as franchisee, and they have that final. Maybe they've got other plans, and there are some unethical franchisors who will say that because they know they want to open a company-owned outlet across the road in 6 months' time. So there may be other reasons for that. But ultimately, it is the franchisor's decision because it's their brand.
I was just going to say, so it's not always boiling down to just what the money, what the projection on the money is going to be. The site may not actually tie in with what the brand stands for. I'm going to use a silly example here, but for example, I wouldn't want a Sinorama store to be set up next to a sex shop. Does that make sense to you? So, and that's just a very basic example. So it doesn't always just boil down to the money. We need to be able to make sure that we are maintaining the standards of the brand for all the existing franchisees as well. So if a franchisor said no to him, the franchisor should then have justified why that was the case.
Okay.
My question is basically based on the costing going to the investments and the funding and stuff. So you say, for instance, FASA assists you with 50% and the other 50% you want to come up with. So for instance, I've located or I've decided I'm going to take a franchise in the mining and agriculture sector, Coastal Hire for instance. And they want 2 million for their complete everything. So Coastal Hire then buys me equipment, they set me up with their systems and all of that stuff.
It
from
depends.
The 2
They
million.
may, yes, or they may require you to go and find it per their list of specs. It depends on the business you run. But say they do. Okay, so say they are, yeah.
Okay, and then you say after that, Coastal Hire then takes me by the hand and they guide me, sort of like a mentor, right? Who then do I pay back when the business starts operating? Because I'm owing ABSA 50% of what they put down. Do I also still pay Coastal Hire after I've given them their 2 million?
Okay, so I hear what you're saying. So where are the fees going? So in general in franchising, there are a number of fees. The first thing is that we are talking here a lot about the investment fee. How much we have to invest to buy that business to start with. So on average in South Africa, that's around about R1 million investment. Okay, can be 50,000, it can be 15 million on average. R1 million to invest in a franchise. That's the investment that you're going to get. Your shop fitting, your signage, your systems, your software, your hardware. If it's a fast food, it may be tables and
my name is Modise Simularo. If I brand myself, I always say I'm tall, slender by popular demand. Colleagues, thank you very much for hosting this workshop for us and for you colleagues to come to be with us in this workshop. I believe that we are going to have 1 or 2 or 3, 5, 10 guys who are going to start their own franchise in here, and we are going to make sure that we support them. Because we always say Free State, we don't receive too many things that we can start or too many support from the government, from private entities. So we are saying welcome and thank you very much for being with us. I thank you.